In the event of a storm or other disaster, the general public runs to the hardware store and the food store. These are the first places anybody would go if they found out doom is on the horizon. But what about America's most basic necessity? What about the wine and liquor that needs to be stockpiled? People go mad if they're without their booze for more than 3 days. When a storm comes to New England and power shortage is a threat, people know that liquor store might not be there tomorrow. Alcohol is the key factor in keeping peace and order in times of crisis. This week on The New Directors, you will get a different perspective of the alcohol industry. The Humanities Communication Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to TV's future directors, writers, and personalities. And now, join our host, Rob "The Man" Santella.
Thank you for joining us today for today's edition of The New Directors. All the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are trying to bring you a quality show with as few mistakes as possible. Let's meet our guest, Topher Hancock.
What's up?
So, Topher, my producers tell me that you work at a winery. How's it like smashing grapes?
It's called a wine shop, not a winery. There are 3 places I work at, actually. There's one in Darien, there's one in Ridgeway, which is in Stanford, and the other's in Rowayton. The first shop I'll talk about is the Darien Wine Port. This is where I work most of the time. We've got great co-workers there, Rich, Paul, Mark, and my boss is Tim. Really nice guy. Keeps the store in perfect order. He really knows what he's doing. It's not a huge store, but it looks really nice. They've got a great feature, the Pick 6. You pick any 6 beers of your choice, and you just walk out the door with them after you pay. You choose anything you'd like. You can choose even the beers not on the shelves. They get very hectic and very busy at times. The second shop is the Ridgeway Shopping Center Wine Port. It's a big store, so big it actually requires shopping carts. No lie. Co-worker there is Bill. Sometimes he can be found sleeping. Most of the time he's stocking the shelves and telling me what to do. On a slow day, all 3 shops could bring in maybe $2,500 to $3,000 each. On a busy day, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we could do $8,000 to $10,000. On the hectic days and the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, we could easily pull in $20,000 to $30,000, no problem. In this job, I get to watch people buy wine and shop and just study all their little habits. With wine, they have to be very specific as to what they want, the kind of style. Was too heavy, too soft, dry, sweet. And no one likes to be told that we don't have this certain type of wine they're looking for, or we're all out, or their credit card doesn't work. They always have to be right.
That's interesting. So, can you tell me why television production part 1?
Well, when I got out of high school, I had a passion for technical theater, like lights, sound, audio. But I went off to college last year, and then I was removed from college, not by choice. So when I came back here, I was looking at classes, and Norwalk didn't have much to offer me along the lines of theater. So I found an interest in television production and radio broadcasting. Right now I'm doing productions of television 1 through 4, and I'm waiting around for the college to get a radio station.
Well, you do have a very lovely voice. I see you doing well in radio.
Thank you, Rob. You truly are the man.
Well, what key points and useful knowledge can you share with us that you learned in the television production course?
All I have to say is Control-Z is a great invention. You can easily undo what you did wrong. I'd also have to say the shift focus, although tricky, will be mastered. It's also very important to have a tripod at all times. It can make a home movie look like a professional movie very easily.
All right. Well, could you tell us about the Saturn Project and the Academic Day Festival project?
The Saturn Project was a learning project that we did to teach us the basics of Avid, like splicing and dissolves, and all that good stuff. The Academic Day Festival was a lot of fun. I got to cover this blues jazz band, in the cafeteria here at Norwalk. It was a few professors and their friends just jamming out. Good times. I think that if I had audio for you, you'd really see how good this band was. They were just phenomenal. They had no practice, no rehearsals. They just came together one day and threw together a great show. Really great band.
Well, it looks like it was a lot of fun. The producers have told me that you've been saving your best piece for the AVA Awards, but we were able to steal a little piece just to show our audience. Could you tell us about your best project, the campus story?
Yeah, I suppose I could do that. This is my campus story. It's entitled, Can You Hear Me Now? It's about a guy on a cell phone that makes him go crazy. He usually kills the first person that comes to mind, or the closest person to him. The main actor, total pain in the ass. But I put him in his place, and he did a fine job overall. As did all the other actors. I had a lot of fun choosing the sounds for this, if you'd like to take a listen.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in the AVA Awards. Now, after all is said and done in the TV production course, what would you like to create next, and what are your long-term goals?
I'd like to make a few short films for the internet, share my humor and my friends' humor with everyone on the World Wide Web. As for long-term goals, I take life on a day-to-day basis. Each day, one beer at a time, each beer, one sip at a time. I will continue on to the productions of televisions 2 through 4. And in the meantime, I'm just going to wait for that radio station to show up.
Wow, this interview was compelling and rich. We have seen what it's like to not only be a TV1 production student, but also be a valuable and intricate part of a wine shop. Our guest has shown an insider's view of the wine port. Please everyone go check out the wine port in the Good Wives Shopping Center in Darien. Free wine tastings on Saturday. I would like to thank Topher for coming on the show. Thank you for joining us on The New Directors. I am your host, Rob DeMan Santella. And now for your moment of
Zen. This has been The New Directors with your host, Rob, directed by Rhodey. I'm your announcer, Yelena. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.